Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to another episode of Look Who It Is. There will be a 2-hour minimum Final Fantasy VI video over the weekend. I apologize that it's taken so long to get back to that. But, hey, if you're watching this video, I don't know, like 6 years from now, go watch the Final Fantasy VI series. I record other things. And you have the benefit of being in the future, so you can just binge watch the entire series. So yeah, there you go. Look at that. It's Look Who It Is. It's Look. It's Look Who recorded it. Now, you know, whenever I think about gambling, I want to do an Ayaka run. Let's do an Ayaka run, and give me 7th Curse, so that we have some starting funds for gambling. But whenever I think about gambling, I think about money. And I was watching a video. I can't remember what video it was about, honestly. I was just kind of like listening to it in the background. But it was like about like industry fails, I guess you could say. And they got to Concord, which is like that PlayStation first party Overwatch clone. And the thing is, I didn't realize how colossally bad of a failure that really was, because apparently that was the most expensive game that Sony has ever made, more expensive than The Last of Us 2, which, listen, I am a disrespector of unnecessary sequels. I mean, obviously it was going to get a sequel because, you know, the first game went crazy, but, like, the first game was great. The second game, I never played because I didn't think it needed a sequel and I wasn't buying it. But, you know, I heard a lot about the second game, and one of the things that they really tried to do with the second game with Last of Us 2 was to try to make, like, it as realistic as possible for what current technology could manage, you know? And so the idea that, like, I assumed that that would be PlayStation's most expensive game for a long time, because it's like they tried to make the violence so realistic that they tried to, like, actually... Like, was Last of Us 2, or was this Mortal Kombat? I don't remember. Where it's like the developers were forced to watch, like, IRL gore videos so that it could be accurate in the game. And it's like, I remember there being, like, Last of Us 2 interviews or, like, dev discussions where they were like, yeah, we wanted to make this violence feel as, like, realistic and real as possible, which is a little bit, like, I don't know, a little crazy. I don't think that I want my violence to be as realistic as humanly possible, but, you know, it was a technological marvel what they managed to do, and it was, like, such a high-fidelity game, you know? And so, hearing that Concord, an Overwatch clone, cost more money than that to make was, like, kind of insane, you know? Because it's like, think about that for a second. Like, genuinely think about that for a second. A game chasing a trend from, like, 8 years ago cost more money to make than The Last of Us 2. That's nuts, dude! Like, that's genuinely crazy. I mean, it's the gambling arc, so what are you gonna do about it? You're gonna buy the good old-fashioned carpenter hammer, and then you're gonna buy the good old-fashioned camera. You're goddamn right. I was kind of hoping for, like, an HDF or something, because, you know, that would scale with knowledge, but this is much more thematically appropriate for gambling. But I can't stop thinking about that, you know, ever since I started watching that video, where it's like, where they got to that part of the epic fail, top 10 epic video game fails, and they started talking about Concord. I genuinely can't believe that shit. Like, Overwatch 1 is sort of, like, outdated by today's standards to an extent, and it's like the hero shooter genre is so, like, oversaturated that whenever somebody's like, oh yeah, it's a hero shooter, I'm like, ugh, because it doesn't need to be a hero shooter, you know? People were making fun of the level 1000 nameless grunt in, I think it was the new Call of Duty game, or the new Battle Pass for a Call of Duty game, I don't know, but basically like, you know, like Risk of Rain, Rainbow Six Siege recruit-looking Andy, where you're just like the most generic John Call of Duty, John Spec Ops grunt possible, right? And it's like a level 1000 skin, by the way, and people are mocking it. It's like, no, that shit's based. Like, just the basic grunt. The nameless basic grunt. Like, that shit rules, honestly. But, like, I just can't stop thinking about it. Like, Concord costed that much? Like, really? Like, I think that shit's getting too expensive, you know? Maybe... I don't want to die to stamina, but, maybe shit's getting way too expensive, man. Like, you ever think about that? Like, you don't need... Oh, we didn't watch the TV, it's over. We lose. I'll watch the TV after this mystery, don't worry, trust. If we got coughing blood there and died, I mean, that's the true nature of the gambling arc. But, like... I don't know, I honestly think that some of this shit is too expensive. Like, you hear about, like, video games costing, like, insane amounts of money to make, and it's like, why? It can't possibly be worth it. Like, the industry is not... Like, the industry is huge, don't get me wrong, but, like... If you're making the most expensive video game of all time, like, GTA 6... Like, how much did that cost to make? I don't even want to, like, try to comprehend how much GTA 6 cost to make. Like, that shit is insane. Like, I think, let's see. How much did GTA 6 cost to make? GTA 6 is expected to cost $2 billion. Like, just... No, I'm sorry. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. The game is not going to be that good to warrant it costing $2 billion. I cannot believe we took, like, 6 damage for fun because we didn't have a perk and we didn't watch TV. Like, that's so funny. But, like, seriously, like, can you like, think about that. Actually, hold on, I want to see something. Oh, we can't use the flash action. I wanted to see if the vines could... could miss Shiro-san with the camera, but you can't select the camera. That'd be so funny. If you could, like, reduce the vine's power and, like, farm the camera forever. That would be really entertaining. So, second enemy Shiro-san. Do keep that in your back pocket for later. We may be gambling, but we don't have to be stupid about it. But, like, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but, like, I don't think a video game should take more than, like, 100 million to make. And even saying that out loud is, like, the most psychotic thing I've ever said. Like, yeah, let's spend $100 million on one video game. Are you crazy? But yet, it's like video games are dropping with, like, $200 million budgets, and then Rockstar is putting reportedly $2 billion on GTA 6. It's like, there's no way, chat. There's no way that that's worth it. There's no way. Like, those shark cards must go so hard that you could justify something like that. Like, GTA 6, if GTA 6 took $2 billion to make, this game better be, like, revolutionary. Like, this better push technology forward in, like, several different categories at minimum. Because, like, what a waste of money. Can you imagine all the things you could do with $2 billion? Like, really? And you're gonna create a Grand Theft Auto game with $2 billion? Are you insane? How much did GTA 5 cost to make? How much did GTA 5 cost to make? GTA 5... Let's see. The most expensive video games to develop. Some stupid DuckDuckGo AI thing, which is just taking from Game Rant. So I'm gonna read the Game Rant article instead. Grand Theft Auto marked the end of a 5-year wait for fans who wanted a fresh experience for the franchise. With Grand Theft Auto 4 boasting a budget of around 100 million, Rockstar intention and ambition was clear. The game's core budget of around 140 million. So $140 million was spent on the core budget, but $265 million was the final bill for developing, publishing, marketing, everything, right? So if you like, GTA 4 was about 100 million in total, right? I'm just kind of gleaning this from this article very like vaguely, and then you know you add 165 million on top of that, you get GTA 5. GTA 5, I don't know if it was worth $265 million, but it certainly was a huge step up from Grand Theft Auto 4, and it is like a revolutionary game that is still being regularly played today, and it is a major game. Like, Grand Theft Auto 5 still has influence, despite the fact that it came out in 2013. 2013! It is 11 years old, by the way. But, like, to go from 265 million to, I don't know, like, 2 billion? That's insane. I don't think you should be able to spend that much money on a recreational project. Like, I mean, obviously it's not a recreational project, it's a product. It's a product that they are hoping makes more than 2 billion, but, like, oh my god. Like, what is this game gonna cost? Like, $100 coming out, and it's gonna have, like, thousands of dollars of microtransactions day one? Like, can you imagine, like, GTA 5, with a $265 million budget, launched incomplete because GTA Online was, like, months out, right? Like, can you imagine? Like, if GTA 6 releases in an incomplete state? Oh my god, I can't stop thinking about it. I really can't. It's so unhinged. We'll do a peculiar painting, why not? And just hope that we don't get killed by our stats, because it's the gambling arc. We're gonna have fun here. But, like, oh my god. I can't stop thinking. I'm getting stun-locked. I literally just can't stop thinking about how expensive. Like, okay. Can you comprehend $1 million just on its face? Like, can you? Because I can't. I don't know about you, sister and or brother, but I can't comprehend $1 million. I could maybe comprehend, like, less than 100K as, like, money that I could have, you know? Like, okay, think about it this way, right? How much money could you actually process in your brain if it was in your, like, bank account, or you had access to these financial resources? I could see being able to realistically process somewhere under 100K, to where it's like, I comprehend how much money this is, I comprehend what it signifies, I comprehend what it means, it's understandable for my brain, right? Like, that is just, I feel like I should raise dexterity, because once we get Eldritch Possession, it's like, we're not gonna die to, we're gonna have enough strength for 80 years, but, like, I feel like I could process that information in my brain and handle that amount of money. But then you start thinking about some absolutely insane, incomprehensible amount of money, like, you know, 10 million or 20 million or 30 million. It just becomes an arbitrary number at that point that doesn't mean anything. There's nothing, it's all meaningless. Like, at that point, it becomes so meaningless that it literally doesn't matter anymore, right? Like, it literally, there's no point to that anymore. It becomes incomprehensible. And then you say something dumb, like, oh yeah, this game cost $265 million to make. And you're like, okay, that's incomprehensible and insane. And how much did Concord cost to make? How much did Concord cost to make? And I'm not using the stupid AI assist. It doesn't even have one automatically. It says generate. New report says Concord cost $400 million to make. That's literally incomprehensible. Can you imagine seeing the number 400 million and actually understanding what that means? Like, you ever listen to, like, some of these stories about, like, a tech CEO who is, like, in charge of, like, a multi-million-dollar business and he just immediately goes crazy? What have I done? What have I done? I misclicked. What have I done? What have I done, chat? It's over? What have I done? Alright, here's what we're gonna do, okay? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go gambling. And we're gonna see how much time the camera buys us, which is so far not a lot. Do I give you another one if this fails? No, I do trivia. But we're not gonna fail. Because the gambling arc never fails, chat. So this is gonna do, like, what, 8? So we're, like, 2 off of lethal? That's crazy. Well, don't worry about it. We're gonna make the coin flip. I have 100% faith that we're gonna make the coin flip. In fact, we're gonna do double the odds. Double or nothing, chat. Double or nothing. Didn't even flinch. You're goddamn right. And then I think this does, yeah, it's gonna power attack 6 damage. We'll be fine. In case we weren't, I was ready to throw it just in case, but nah, it's good. It's all about the vibes of the gamble. If your vibes are good, you're gonna succeed 100% of the time. So if you think about it, a 50% chance is not a 50% chance, it's a 100% chance. Because if we failed it once, then we would have died. True, real. Fact-checked by true Shiikawa patriots. But, yeah, no, like, can you imagine getting told by your boss that you are working on a project that has a budget of 400 million, and then, like, comprehending that amount of money, and then what you decide to do is spend, like, almost 10 years making a shooter based off of a game that's 10 years old and outdated currently. Listen, you can't chase trends. You cannot chase trends unless it is, like, severely, like, an underrepresented genre, right? Like, you genuinely cannot chase trends. Like, think about it. Like, most Overwatch clones are bad, and the only Overwatch clones that made it were ones that were very quick to pop up, and they had their own unique spin, right? They were hero shooters that had, like, their own unique elements that could stand on their own, and they didn't live and die off of the sole existence of, whatchamacallit, you know what I mean? Oh my god, we're so screwed. Listen, I don't need injuries. Now, this still doesn't help the fact that we can instantly die at any time. I forgot the painkillers, bro. I'm cooked. But, like, how can I not be cooked? I've been cooking. And also, I've been thinking about this insane shit that just is completely and utterly, like, it's lunacy. Like, it truly is madness. It's insanity. Like, imagine spending $400 million on a hero shooter. Like, are you crazy? And then you spend $400 million on a hero shooter and it doesn't perform well at launch, and then you cancel it within, like, a week. Like, are you insane? Like, can you just throw that kind of money around and be like, you know, it flopped. We can just shut it down immediately. You win some, you lose some. No, you can't do that. I mean, you can do that. They did that, but it's just like, really? Have some respect for the goddamn resources that you're throwing around. Like, that shit is insane to me, man. Like, I genuinely am having a difficult time comprehending how this shit works. Because it's like, is it really, like, a business strategy to just throw that much money around and then who gives a shit? If it does well or doesn't do well, who cares? It's like, well, I think people should care. I think it's pretty important. I think it's very important if you think about it. It's a 90% chance. We got it. Sorry, the vibes were off there. I'm thinking about, like, they're gambling more than I am. Are you crazy? Like, I'm just pressing a button in a video game and getting a good result half the time. Like, what the heck are these guys doing? They're onto some crazy shit. And then, of course, it's like, you don't really feel it, you know? When somebody, like, if you look at Concord, right? And you... Like, that's not $400 million worth of video game. It really doesn't feel like it. Like, I watched people play it. It looked fine. Like, I watched people play it. I looked fine. It looked fine. Like, especially I was enjoying the people who were doing, like, the race to end the matches as soon as humanly possible so that they could unlock all of the achievements before the servers shut down. And it was like a race against time. Like, that shit was cool. I liked that. Immaculate vibes, by the way. Vibe check passed. But, like, the thing is, bro, it's like, you think about that stuff, and it's like, that game does not seem real. You know what I mean? How much percentage chance? 67% chance? That's pretty bad. I mean, I forgot that we don't have Eldritch Possession and Blood Fiend yet, so it's like, I'm willing to gamble on a 97% chance, chat. I'm willing to gamble on a 97% chance. Now, a couple of 87% chances, that's a little bit harder of a sell. But we still made it in the end there. Now, do we get a good perk? No, I'm re-rolling. I hate this game. I hate this game. You ever think about how this game sucks? You ever think about how this game sucks, dude? Oh my god, and we still need one more perk to be viable. The crazy thing about Ayaka is that she has 3 perks which are all disgustingly broken, but one of them doesn't help you win the game as much as the other 2 do. So it's like, by having a perk that's really good but not game-winning, and then you have 2 game-winning perks that, like, if you pick one of them, you win the game. Well, here's the thing. I think Eldritch Possession is probably the best perk, because it just makes your stats so insane that you never have to worry about anything for the rest of the run. But, like, Blood Mania is also kind of cracked. Like, and by that I mean disgustingly so. If you get both of them, and you have, like, I don't know, less than 70% Doom, you're probably guaranteed to win. If you get Doom Effigy, it's like, your chances of winning go up really high, because it's like a mini Toshiaki Necronomicon, but, like, still, if you think about it, it's not that good. Oh, we're dead instantly, nice. Amian, flashbacks, Rootsu. But I don't know, it doesn't seem real, right? Like, I've played games with, like, quality levels that, like, I've played games that are higher quality products than, well, I suppose Concord, because it was, like, pretty universally panned and nobody liked it. Besides the fact that it was just kind of like an average hero shooter. But, like, we've all played games that have, like, really good production value and, like, they really were steps up. Like, if you've played, like, if you played the Dead Space trilogy, right? Like, Dead Space 1 is very foggy because they have to, like, kind of obscure things because they have, like, render distance issues on the older hardware, you know? And so it has, like, a pretty extreme technical limitations, but they kind of lock in, and they do something really, really cool. And, you know, it's just like, I'm thinking about the original Dead Space 1, and how beautiful that game looks because of what they do to obscure their limitations, you know what I mean? So let's see, Dead Space 1 original cost to make. Let's see. I don't care about the Dead Space remake. I do want to buy that, though. That was on sale for Halloween. Does it have a budget? Does Wiki have a budget here? Development. Does it have a budget? I'm gonna Control F budget. I don't see anything on the Wikipedia page. I mean, it's probably here somewhere. Most expensive video games to make? Red Dead Redemption, huh? Does it not have like a budget? I'm so confused. Most expensive video games ever made. Total... Whoa. 900 million for Genshin Impact. Alright, chat. I'm lost in the sauce right now. I am completely lost in the sauce. It's so true. It is absolutely so true that I'm completely lost in the sauce. We don't have any... Oh, official figures. Unofficial figures. Here we go. Hey, Halo 3 was like $60 million. Like, Halo 3 is a $60 million game. Like, maybe I'm just biased, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I just can't stop thinking about it. So I'm gonna try to stop thinking about it when I hit stop recording. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. Bye.